Hello, anyone who's there yet. I'm just gearing up, so if you can see me and hear me, that would be great. If you could say it down the side comments, that would be really good, and then we'll know. Well, I'll know that everything's working. If there's anything weird, I'll aim to put it right. Oh, thank you, Anne. Thank you, Portal. Brilliant. I'm not going to watch this feed all the way through because I won't be able to do what I'm doing. Ah, you're Tanya. Hello, Tanya. Tanya Strauss in Berlin. Oh, that's lovely to see you here. Thanks for coming. Hi, Linda. Oh, lovely to see you, Linda. Oh, I'm so honoured that people are coming to this. It's just amazing that people can feel it as well. I just feel rather overwhelmed with it, that it's so it feels strong for everyone, and people resonate with this. I'm just going to chat for a couple of minutes and sort of have everyone get settled so that when it turns 1 in 2 minutes, I'll be able to actually start properly. Just let people join. There's a few more people joining. Oh, I just need to get my Facebook window open, or not open, but visible, so that I can check if anyone needs help. I think everything's okay. Good. Oh, hi, Fran. Lovely to see you. And Tracy. Hello, Tracy. And someone who I don't know your name, Easy Cycler. I probably do know who you are, really, but I just can't think who that is. I've seen that before as well. Thank you, Grace. Yeah, perfect. Okay, it's 1 o'clock. One of my challenges is seeing myself. I find it hard to concentrate when I can see myself, because some of you probably relate to that. It's a funny idea, watching yourself, but you have to have that going so that you can know that it's working. Oh, somebody, Mary's there. Hello, Mary, and somebody with their cat. Oh, 50 Shri, welcome with your cat. Oh, and hello, Kaylee. Lovely to see you. Welcome, everybody. I'm not going to watch the feed the whole way through because I want to actually start, and I'll probably close my eyes in a minute. But Happy New Year, 2017. And this is the year of oneness. This is the year of unity. And I'm very, very honoured that you can be here and that you choose to spend some of your precious time on this one day here with me and with everyone in this group, because now we're in a group, we're all connected. So it feels lovely to welcome people to this circle. So if we picture it as a circle of us coming here together here today in this sacred space, the frequencies are coming through. Some of you who've watched my videos before will have seen this. I get the vibrations coming through my eyes. Well, that's where it shows. I get it everywhere, but that's where it shows. And then they water. I'm sure some of you get this, or are starting to, if you haven't already. So today, I'd like you to make yourselves comfortable. You don't have to sit up and watch. There isn't really anything to see. You can if you want to watch me, but really, it's going to be sound and it's going to be vibrations which come through, um, just come through without sound or light. It is light, but I've been doing this for several years, where I vibrate the light to people with by distance. And many of you here today have been coming to my Wednesday evening transmissions, which don't use a video or a phone line or anything, and we just lie down and vibrate. We can feel each other. So that's been going on for some time. So those of you who've done that, you know what to do. You lie down, you sit in your sacred space, you lie back if you want to sort of sit back, however you feel comfortable, and allow your eyes to close, because these will be frequencies and you will hear my voice, but it's not really my voice. That you don't need to focus on my words. They are going to use my voice now more for transmitting the codes and the frequencies. That's some information which has come through very recently through a friend of mine, a dear friend who's here, I'm sure, who had a quantum healing session with me before Christmas, and they told us that sound is so important. We're all becoming aware of this, but they said that the voice can be used a lot to bring these energies through that we're asking, that we're opening ourselves up to having flow into our bodies, but not just into our bodies. We're conduits, so we're having the frequencies flow through our bodies for humanity, for Mother Earth, with humanity and with Mother Earth, because we are one. We are all connected. We are all one. We are all one family. So there will be periods of silence here as we vibrate, as we tune in. It's in the gaps that we understand more. And I also want to say a very big welcome to those of you who are just awakening now, at probably a very confusing time to be awakening now. And I want this transmission to be accessible to everyone, because this year of 2017, this 1 year, is a year, it's going to be a year where lots of people wake up to their spiritual side for probably the first time, or maybe not the first time, but they'll feel it more real and they'll start understanding it in a more true way. So I'd like those of you who've come today not really knowing what it is, and I know I said to somebody yesterday, come along tomorrow. She was feeling very anxious yesterday, and I know lots of people have been feeling anxious. And yesterday somebody else said to me, I'm feeling nervous. This is someone who's not awake, I'm feeling nervous, but there isn't a reason of why am I feeling nervous, So there is a lot. It's this quickening, this energy that's coming through so strongly now. It is giving that feeling of feeling unsure, feeling a bit jittery, a little bit apprehensive. And this is a way that people are going to wake up, because they're going to be wondering what to do with this this anxiety, this fear feeling. And I know many of you here have kind of done this, you know. There's no harm, you know, doing it again, obviously, because it comes. We think we've dealt with stuff, and then it can come again, and it will, because of the frequencies getting stronger and stronger this year. But for those of you today listening who have been on this path for a long time, and you understand these frequencies and these codes, while I'm talking, just know that they're flowing through for you. So if I'm saying anything that's, you know, that you don't need to hear today, that's fine, because someone else will need to hear that, and you'll be you're holding the space here for those others who are just waking up. Those of you who've been doing this work for some time, you're here as you know, servers serving the light. In a little while, we're going to go on a journey, on a quantum journey, which is inspired by a few things that came to my knowing in the run up to the solstice that we've just passed. And I know many of you will really relate to this and will really resonate with it. But if you don't, that's completely fine. If you find it a bit odd, and you find it difficult to visualize, or you don't like it for some reason, or whatever, that's okay as well, because while you're lying there, you are receiving healing, and everything that's coming through for you today, through your body and to your body and through it, is appropriate for you, because your cells are vibrating at a certain rate, and with a certain frequency and pattern, and they are calling, like magnets, they're calling for the exact match, what they're ready for. Those of us who've been doing this work for 25 years, our cells are ready for the really, you know, the really strong frequencies, and they really are strong. And we know we're ready. It's not easy. That doesn't mean it's easy. We're challenged. We're challenged a lot. We're taken out sideways, you know, quite often. And it's not plain sailing, but we're the ones who've agreed to come and sort of pave the way, and prepare the ground, so that the frequencies come through us before they go through others who've woken up more recently, and wouldn't, you know, the body wouldn't cope with. It would be like having an electric shock, like lightning going through you. So this is why this work is gradual. This is why we've been doing this work for years. Many of us, we've been on this path consciously for years, and before that, unconsciously. Obviously, a lot of us have been doing it unconsciously. I just wanted to say a couple of things that are possibly more relevant to those who are newly awakened, but I think relevant to everyone. Grounding at this time is so important. You can't just think, I don't need to do that anymore, because we are grounding the high frequencies. That is what we're doing. So they will try to ground through you, and it's like lightning. It will try to ground through you, and you know, we all know that if you're struck by lightning and it wants to earth, you don't want it to earth through you, because it's going to be too strong. It's going to take you out. So what we're doing is we're preparing our bodies for these higher and higher frequencies, and we need to earth them gradually. We need to earth them daily now. 5 years ago we could get away with not bothering or forgetting. It was okay, we could cope. But now we're holding high frequencies. We need to ground it, ideally go barefoot on grass, but you can't in the middle of winter sometimes, and you live in a city, and so I'd like to do something now with everybody to ground. And so it's very easy. Just picture from your root chakra, which is at the bottom of your spine, the base of your spine, a silver and gold spiral thread of light, and it's spiraling down from your root chakra, down, 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 down into Mother Earth. Deeper it goes, like a corkscrew, weaving its way down, down, and down into the deep core of our beautiful planet, Gaia. And this spiral of light anchors you there, deep in the heart of Mother Earth. You may feel yourself take a deep sigh of relief as all that frequency, energy, stress, jitteriness, whatever it is that you've been carrying, flows simply down through the spiral, deep down into Mother Earth, where she is very happy to absorb it for us and with us. And this is something that is very easy to do, and it can take 30 seconds or 15 minutes, however long you wish to spend. And I know that many of you have your own ways of grounding, which is beautiful. So you will be using those a lot. But for those who've just started, this is a quick and easy method. So the 111 today is a date which we've all been waiting for. We've been watching it coming, and in some of our cases it feels like it's been hurtling towards us. That the 9-year of 2016 has been very challenging for many of us. It's been very challenging for whole groups of humanity, some of who may not be aware of what the plan is, may not be aware of the frequencies shifting and how we're moving into a differently vibrating area of space now. But the energy today feels different, although it's cloudy here in the south of England where I'm I'm speaking from, it feels like a softer, calm feeling. So just allow yourself to take that in. If you haven't already, you may begin now to notice the vibrations, soft and gentle vibrations on your face, around your third eye, where changes are happening with your agreement, with the agreement of your highest selves. The third eye chakra, which is situated here, just above the nose, between the two eyebrows, but just above. This is where we see the truth. This is where we see our inner knowing, our inner vision. And the frequencies coming through today, the unity consciousness frequencies, streaming through all our chakras, are particularly felt here in the third eye, where modifications are underway. Many of you I know listening today are already very in touch with your psychic abilities, and others of you are coming in touch with them. These abilities are coming online for us now. We are actually remembering these abilities which we have had before when we were existing in the higher vibrational frequencies. We had these abilities. We've had these abilities on Earth before, in earlier civilizations, Atlantis, Lemuria. We have these abilities simultaneously in the higher frequencies where we exist now at the same time. If this feels confusing, don't worry. It will all become clear very gradually, and all is well. Some of us are just beginning to realize that we have higher vibrating selves on Earth at this time, in other forms, and also elsewhere. in higher and higher vibrating dimensions, which we don't see with these human eyes, but we see them with our third eye. And this is what is going to be happening more and more this year. People are going to be waking up. And it is our role as light workers to support these people. Some people are going to be frightened when they see other aspects of themselves. It's going to come as a shock for some people. So as way showers and light workers, it's important that we are here in a non-judgmental way to embrace the awakening process of everyone and to help others understand things from where they are at, because it might be too much of a jump to take in some of the information that some of us now know. So it's meeting people where they are at. That feels very important, and holding their hand where they are at to guide them through to the place where we are all headed, this place of oneness, this place of unity consciousness. Myself and a friend were told recently that this unity consciousness is the consciousness of the pod, the dolphin pod consciousness. This is the same. This is the frequency which we are moving into, the frequency which humanity is moving into now. The dolphins wish to speak. The vibrations are coming through from the dolphins for us now. Welcome to this year of 2017. You are all doing amazingly well. We are pleased that you have risen enough so that we may match you. We may come down and match you. There is a bridge which there is a bridge which many of you are providing. We honour you. It is not easy for your human bodies. You offer yourselves to be this bridge to humanity, to awakening humanity. Thank you. We wish you to look after your bodies. We are putting high frequencies through your bodies. We wish you to know that although you are strong, and it is arranged for you to be the ones to do this, you can look after yourselves as well, because your bodies are taking a battering with these energies. The water is very important. When you come to the water, we can match you. We can match our frequency to you more easily. When you come to the water, the salt water, all water is good. The salt water is the best. We can send, it's like electricity. We can send it to you in the salt water. It's a type of electricity, electrolysis, something. Electrodes. Sally does not go in the water enough. We wish her to speak more easily. She must go in the water more. You will all benefit from going in the salt water. You can put it in your bath, the pink sea salt, or you can go in the sea. Please go in the sea. Please come into the sea and we can meet you there. We want to play you our sounds, the sounds of the pod. If you play our sounds from a recording while you are in your salt bath, this is very good. We can match you. We can meet you there. We can meet you here. We are here now with you. This is the 7th dimension. This is the 7 of the 17 of your year of 17. This is why you keep seeing 7 and 17. This is very strong for some of you. We are going to step back now because some of you are not quite ready for the 7th frequency. You must look after yourselves afterwards. You must have a salt bath later and drink lots of water. We will see you again soon. On the 11th day. Today is your one day. On the 11th day, we will meet you again. We are here. We are always here. We are here these 11 days, especially for forging the link, making the link strong. The 7th day and the 11th day, they are optimum days. With today, you will receive more information from us on these days, the 7th of this month of yours, this January, and the 11th. Thank you. That was the unplanned bit. I think that might have ended at 13:33. I've just looked and it says 13:35. Yes, you will need a sleep. It's okay if you go off to sleep, actually. Kaylee says anyone need a sleep. I'm just going to talk for a couple of minutes about the numbers because there was some information, I think, about the numbers. And then I'm going to do the journey which I planned. The 33 is coming up all the time for me and many of you. This is your higher selves speaking to you. This is when you think, how can that be? That can't be 33 again. That's ridiculous. It can't always be 33. It can't, you think, well, the law of statistics and probability, it can't, well, actually it's arranged by your higher selves. So as I mentioned before, we have many higher selves. Those of you who are new to this, one higher self is probably enough to think about at this point. But it's a multifaceted higher self, so we can tap into it. We can tap into different levels of it, different layers of it. And the 33 is a way of a high level of it talking to you. I think there's many numbers which are showing themselves a lot, and we've had the 1111, and a lot of people have talked about that and written about that, and that's the sort of sign of awakening, and and we're still seeing it, and we're going to have lots of ones now, lots of 11s, ones, 111s, and my hope is that this gets into general mainstream knowledge. Well, it will eventually, but it'd be so exciting when people start understanding this, that it's a way of your higher selves talking to you. So when you see like this morning, I was out in the woods walking my dog, and then I came out of the woods onto the road, and I was thinking about something, and a car with 999 on the number plate went past while I was thinking about something. I'm trying to remember what it was now. It was something for the transmission. I've forgotten what it was now. Anyway, it was a 999 saying, yeah, that's it. I don't know if it was the ninth dimensional aspect of me saying that, or just a confirmation, but it was a yes. It was a you're thinking, you're on the track, you're getting the information. Sometimes the numbers, it feels like they have the same message when you see the same one. It's an individual thing. So you may already know, I'm sure some of you do already know, that when you see 22, for example, you know what that means for you. It's quite an interesting thing. It's really fun if now you're sort of becoming aware of it, to notice, what was I thinking when I noticed that number. And if you pinpoint your actual train of thought when you saw it, it's like your higher self having a conversation with you, saying to you, okay, you were thinking that. And it's like an answer or a confirmation or a question or a pay attention. Sometimes they do it to me when I'm off track. I might be just about going off onto something, off onto a emotional, road to nowhere, and they'll do me a 111, and it's just right there in my face. Stop. Pay attention. What are you doing? What are you doing? You're about to go off onto a unnecessary diversion. You're going out of alignment. Stop, come back. Other times it'll be like if I'm arranging to do an event, a physical group or an online thing, and I'm thinking about it, like, it's me, my higher self, telling me you're going to be doing it. They'll give me numbers as sort of, yeah, you're on, this is it. And then sometimes the numbers vary with a message, which is really exciting. So I've had a lot of 33s and 333s at the end of the 9 year. The Christ consciousness number, frequency, that is the frequency of the Christ consciousness, which is the enlightened consciousness, the unity consciousness, the one consciousness, being felt more clearly now through us on planet Earth, and coming in more and more and more. So my bet is that you will be seeing lots of 33s and 333s, and probably all the other numbers. The interesting one, I think, is going to come up more as well, is the 666, which has been maligned, and it's an extremely powerful number. So the sooner we can get over that sort of misinformed bit of history, the better, because we can really use that number. It's sacred manifestation. I grew up in a house number 66 from the age of 6. Actually, we moved there when I was 6, and we lived at number 66, and my parents, they still lived there, so I spent Christmas there. And so it's a number that I know. It's kind of one of my numbers, and that number, it's a really strong number. So use it. You can actually use them to manifestation, for understanding more. And this is turning into a little bit long, so I will get on with the journey in a second. But just one thing, in case people are a bit sort of confused or sort of not sure, that when I say my higher self or an aspect of me, that can be the angels. Some of us call it angels, some of us call it my highest aspect. It's not a different thing. It is the same thing. Because we're all one, you see. So Archangel Michael, for example, that is an aspect of me on a high level, and an aspect of you, obviously, because as it goes up, I like to think of it as all the little people are all along the bottom of your chart, all individual, and then as it goes up, we merge. So those of us listening to this, those of us doing this, and other groups that we're all doing at the moment, we're all merged, like there's an umbrella sort of tree diagram. That's how it looks. Looks like a sort of fingers coming down and linking us all. We're all in one group or family or cluster, and the highest aspect of that then higher up merges with other groups, and as it goes up, of course, you end up with one. It's like a pyramid. You end up with one at the top. So angels, star beings, ascended masters, the etheric animal kingdom, the golden dolphins. This is different frequencies, and we can get it, we can bring it in, and we can bring it down, or we can go up and meet it, however you want to see it. That's what they were talking about, the bridge, where those of us who are understanding this, we're the bridge merging with the up, and then those underneath, we're bringing it in for those, so they can then come up with us, come up into the sort of group consciousness with us. Okay, right. This is something which was for the solstice, which was a 3-3 day, the 21/12. Well, in the UK it was a 21/12. I know in other parts of the world it was it was the 20th, but here it was the 21st, which 21/12 is 3-3. And it was 9, yes, so 339. That's really strong for me. I can see that's like sacred geometry. What is really interesting is that the actual solstice occurred at 10:44 a.m. GMT. 10:44. If you look at those numbers, you've got a 1, you've got a 0, and then you've got 44. 144 at GMT. Well, GMT, it's funny because my daughter's doing astronomy at the moment. She's doing a distance GCSE astronomy course, and I already knew this, but it's come up because we've been looking at this, that GMT is the zero line of longitude. And it struck me when I saw that it was at 10:44 a.m. that on the zero line, this is no time. This is the line of no time. This is the zero line. This is there's another word, isn't there? Anyway, you know what I mean. But the in the no time, where we're all one and the time doesn't exist, they were showing us 144. And I just thought, how do they do that? You know, I'm just in awe of how they can arrange for the solstice to be exactly a 144 on in no time. You know, obviously they can. When I say they, I mean we, in our higher aspects of self. Obviously we can arrange that. You know, aren't we amazing that we arranged for that to happen? So anyway, I digressed a bit, but I think that was very significant. On the 21st of December, um, I I co-ran a physical event in the evening here in the south of England with my friends Tim Wild and Paul Polaris AB, and um, this is this is a quantum journey which we did at the gathering, which was happening in no time with all of you at the same time, because some of you who weren't even there have been doing this already. So this is in the no time. So if you haven't already, please lie back and close your eyes. And just let yourself relax and your body melt away. And take a few slower, deeper, easy breaths. In and out. In and out. In and out. And I would like you to imagine a beautiful pyramid composed entirely of crystalline white light. A beautiful thing to see. It glows, it sparkles, it shimmers. And I want you to mentally place this white pyramid of light around you so that it completely encloses your body, even the underneath side of your body, so that you are completely enclosed within this beautiful pyramid of white crystalline light. The white light is a very powerful force, and this high vibrating pyramid is also a magical doorway to higher states of your consciousness. And now a brilliantly illuminated column lights up your spine, flowing through all your chakras and linking you up through your stellar gateway to the various star systems and beyond to Source. And connecting you down through your Earth Star chakra to the core of Mother Earth, deep within Gaia's heart. And now you become aware that you are sitting in a circle. This circle is very big. In fact, this circle is immense. And as you look around the circle, you see that it is made of light beings, all of us here, and others who we have always known. You actually realize now that you are one of 144,000 light beings, and we are all connected. You can see the white light between our shapes. Together we glow. And the glowing pulsates. You get a sense of this being a very ancient circle. In fact, this circle has always been here. We have always been sitting here in this circle of 144,000 light beings. This is our family. We are all connected here. We are always connected here. This circle has always been here. There is no time when it has not been here. There is no time when you have not been here. There is no time when we have not been here together. We are sitting in this circle always. 144,000 ancient souls. You sit, you take this in. Remembering this place. Remembering yourself. Remembering your self. bringing yourselves back together again. You now see that our circle is deep within our planet, Gaia, and you notice how beautiful our surroundings are, deep within our heart. And in the center of our circle is an immense pyramid. A pyramid of crystal. Beautiful, ancient pyramid of crystalline light, shining brightly, giving off beautiful white light frequencies to us. White light with a very pale pink shimmer. With each of our hearts, we simultaneously connect to the pyramid. You see the light which you are flowing out through your heart chakra into Gaia's heart, within this pyramid. We are in her heart. We are her heart. You may feel your heart opening a little more in a very gentle way as the light flows between our hearts and Gaia's giant pyramid. Her core, her soul, flows both ways, linking all of us, and it pulsates with us as all our hearts beat together as one with Gaia, as one. Our work here is complete for now, but you may come here again whenever you wish. You are always here. Your higher selves are here often. There is always a seat for you here, a template for you here. Your template, your soul template is here. You may come here to this chamber of regeneration when you find your earthly lives too much. Please come here often. We love you here. Gaia is very grateful to each and every one of us who has come here today. Whether you are listening on New Year's Day, the 111, or on any of the other days, Earth days after this. You may wish to listen again on the 711 and the 1111. Whenever you listen will be perfect for you. You listen now for a parting message. And bring yourself back to where you are sitting or lying in your sacred space. Thank you, dear souls, for being here today, for being here on Earth at this special time, for being here in the no time, but for bringing Earth into 2017. This is an immense job. You are doing it very well. We thank you. We honour you. Love to everyone. You may wish to friend me on Facebook, Sally Sherrin, to follow the journey in these 11 days. I'm sure there's going to be interesting developments. And I'm doing events in the south of England and online. 2017, they are arranging for me to do more. So I look forward to seeing you again, and I thank you for being here with us today. Happy New Year.